Right, hey, what's up? So, I got the question about what is my build? So currently, I have played this game well over 1,000 hours, and this is kind of where I've landed at. It's a like anti-mage, anti-bleed build right now. So it's got a lot of resistance to bleed, and then of course I've got the Urtry Great Shield for doing reflex, which are great for reflecting from mages, and also you can self-reflect, like so. Not that bad, really. Not hard. Well, might be hard to some. I don't know. I've been doing them for so long they seem easy to me now. But yeah, so how do I show it? Alright, so there's my level. So I got 57 vigor, 16 mind, 36 endurance, 54 strength, 16 dexterity, 23 intelligence, and 24 faith, and 9 arcane. So I think that 24 faith, I think that's like virtual at 24, because yeah, so I'm like a base of 23, and you get an extra 1 point of faith from that helm that I had on. Let's throw that back on. I'm just going to change the order of these. There we go. Anyways, yeah. So then you can change helms to get different things. Like if you want to have more, have your faith spells hit harder, you can put the gold mask on. If you want to heal up, you can put the Royal Remains helm on. Or if you want to use some arcane spells, you can put this guy on. The Silver Tear mask, yeah. Like if I want to do a Dragon Breath, I have to put this Silver Tear mask on. Equipment that I have, so I got the Ruler's Mask, the Radahn's Lion Armor, Malekith Gauntlets, and Malekith Greaves. So I get, where are the resistances listed? So I've got 361 immunity, 389 robustness, 306 focus, 286 vitality. So it's pretty good, And what I usually like to do at the start of a duel, pop one of these Dappled White Cured Meat, and a lot of people run bleed, so throw on a bleed bolus. And now, at like 464 robustness, immunity's 436, so it's pretty good. Like, you're pretty unlikely to get bled with that, and also having the spiral shield on, I think it's the spiral horn shield, that also helps too. Like when you take it on and off, you see these little meters pop up, and that just means that your resistance to all those things just went up, and once those all bleed down, you've got that built up meter. And I almost never use this thing. Like, it's purely there to give me some more resistance. And then I usually just two-hand this baby, and I'm good to go. And, the grafted greatsword, it's basically the best weapon in the whole game. If you do that, not only does it raise every single attribute by 5 levels, it also gives you 5 seconds of insanely high poise. Do that, and then you can tank anything. So like, you say like you got somebody coming at you, do an R2, they hit you, and then bam, you do that while they're hitting you, and you just took away 600 health from them. You won the trade easily in almost every single situation. Or say like they're coming at you, you can do a charged R2 and slap them right after they hit you. You can slap them, hit them for like 900 damage. It's insane. So, and I like to combine this with the shield reflex. Let me just top up. There we go. So you do that. That gives you that 5 seconds. Throw out some rings. Do a couple rolls. And those rolls are important for timing. They, if you do those, it really helps. So say like you don't do the rolls and you're just running. See, I messed up because I'm not great at the timing. Let's see if I can land it without. So I landed it that time, but I'm gonna miss it about half of the time if I don't do the rolls. So You can throw them up in the air, confuse people, deflect them. And obviously you want to, I like to throw them out untargeted, target them, and then do the reflex. If you do that double reflect, oh man, if that first one hits and they get staggered enough, the second one will hit. And then you can throw on a lightning spear too. So, boom, two sets, and then a lightning spear. You just won the match. Sometimes you can just win the match with just that. And, you know, I don't recommend doing that. That's more like, oh, somebody ran at you without emoting, somebody just had some really bad behavior, and then so you do a double set of rings and take them out if you get matched with them again. And what other spells do I have? So I got rings, I got Catch Flame, Lightning Spear, Hone Bolts, Blessing's Boon, Fire's Deadly Sin, Exeek's Decay, so that's like the jump, like you can jump and then do Rot Breath, basically. It's much stronger than a plain Rot Breath. Immutable Shield, Golden Vow, and Scholar's Shield. So, some of the combos that I really like to do, so you can go into Royal Remains, just do a full set of Royal Remains. You see, I've still got a medium roll at that. But you set yourself on fire with Fire's Deadly Sin. Oh, let me change this. Then you put on a Fingerstone Great Shield. You can chase, if you've got somebody down to like 100 health, you can just chase them down with this, and a lot of people will just panic roll and won't know how to counter it. There are some really great counters to this, but say like you're playing against a bleed build, and you can do some of these Glintstone Clumps, and then you can do Immutable Shield. And then I usually freshen up the Fire's Deadly Sin, because Immutable Shield's only good for 30 seconds. You want to take full advantage. And then you can chase them down. So now, their bleed build, for the most part, will not affect you. The only things that kind of cut through this, I think, is that, what is it, the big bleed spear that they throw up in the air. That'll cut through this. Blood Flame Blade will slowly accumulate through this, but it's much slower than normal. See, look, Immutable Shield just wore off. And you can throw on an Old Lord's Talisman, and you can make these spells last longer, but I just don't really have a free talisman slot on this build to do that. I really kind of need all 4 of these at all times. But yeah, those are the talismans I use, the 2 Fingers, the Radigan Icon, the Erdtree's Favorite +2, and the Great Jar's Arsenal. That's kind of it, you know. Grafted Blade's really the only weapon I use besides the shields. Now these shields, I try to keep one for cold, one for lightning, one for fire, and one for magic. So those attributes, so like the magic one, you get 96% damage negation, which is amazing. Cold, so for cold, it doesn't even have it listed, but it probably helps block cold. This lightning one, 98.7, and this fire one, you get 100%. Like you're against a fire mage, you get 100% block with this thing. So a lot of times that's what I'll do. I'll be like, oh, this is a, let's say this is a fire mage. I'll do some clumps. I'll do a Fire's Deadly Sin. I'll open this up, and I'll put on the fire shield. And they can throw all the fire they want at me, and they're just going to bleed. They're just going to burn down. You know? And if they get too panicked, you can just hit them with the old jump R1, and down they go. Because this thing hits really hard. And I try to put, I think, Shield Crash on all of these. That's pretty powerful. It has a lot of... and I usually take that Grafted Sword off while I've got this Finger Sprint Stone Shield is really heavy, so now I got it back to a medium roll. But it's pretty important to have the royal remains on here, because if your health is really low, the Fire's Deadly Sin will, it does bring your health down. So the royal remains will ensure that you won't die from your own spell, basically. That's the main thing that I use royal remains for. It's also good to help with people that are trying to take you down with fan daggers, trying to chip you to death. Really helps with that. Yeah. All the little boluses. Just keep a little lineup of boluses here. This fireproof dried liver, if you try to burn somebody with the shield and all that and it's not working out, you can turn the fire off with that fireproof dried liver. You can try something else. But yeah, I've got other stuff I do, but that's like some of my strategies that I use now. That's kind of what my build is composed of. Anyways, thanks for watching.